Greetings, brothers and sisters. Greetings. This is spontaneous. I'm usually spontaneous, but this is very spontaneous. I just read a comment of a friend of mine, Deepak from India, a sweet guy, commented on one of my YouTube videos, and he asked me to address the question, how do you face difficulties? Well, it's difficult times. It is. All across the world. It's unbelievable. Like, I don't know even one single person. Maybe one. Maybe I actually know one person. Very cheerful guy. But I'm sure that he also faces difficulties. We all face difficulties. It's really, really challenging times. Private, personally, individually, as well as globally. And it's this interaction between the inside and the outside world. What we feel in the inside reflects on the outside, and then the outside impacts again how we feel, and that's that ball that it keeps on turning. But that's not the question that was asked. The question was how to face difficulties, and how I see it is facing them. So when you face, right, you're present, you're there. You're with open eyes, with open ears, you are there. And this is maybe the hardest thing to do with difficulties and in challenging times. We tend to run away. I think humanity has built up a lot of shit that brought us up to this moment right now, where so many people are just cannot take it anymore, and then saying, okay, I'm stepping into it, and there's something that needs to be done, which makes it really intense those days right now. But this is how you deal with difficulties. This is how you face difficulties. You face them. You don't run away. It's easy to run away. It's easy to shut down. Sometimes it's important to do so. I don't want to make it, I've done it myself. It's important sometimes when it's too much, when it's too overwhelming. It's okay to shut down and even to turn away and to turn around. But the cycle will repeat until we face the difficulty, we face the challenge, we face the problem. And when we do so, it's always good to take before that a really deep, good breath. Maybe even more than one. Maybe even a whole day of breathing and relaxing and just being with this difficulty, with the situation that presses us, that we feel that is struggling on our necks, or presses down on our chest, or weights down on our shoulders, or brings us a headache, whatever it is. It's too much. So we take a deep breath and we face it, and we remind ourselves that we have created the difficulty, that we have created the problem, and therefore we have the answer. The answer is already there. We have set the motion, the situation to build up to what it is, so we can face it. Because we tend to build on things that are not real, or that are based on something that we know that needs to change. We build up on top of it realities, because we don't want to face the difficulty, because we don't want to face change. When we don't want to change a situation, we rather run away or ignore it. And then it builds up much like a pyramid, and it comes to a point where it's really suffocating. And then it's smarter to face this before that, but the idea is to face it, to face the difficulty, to stare it in the eye, to take a deep breath, to know that we are the manifestators of all of this reality. All of this creation is in our hand, and it's not a joke, and it's not something that is too hard to believe. This is what real. When we face, when we take back the power, instead of giving it to somebody else, to a government, to a person, even if it's blaming somebody else for the situation, if we are able to stop and to say, I see how I create that, how I have created that. And I didn't do it to myself in order to bring me suffering and pain. I did it because I needed the transformation. And therefore, there's a gift in that transformation. There is a gift. There is that pure essence of wisdom that is waiting for me to discover, and this will set me free. So when we face a difficulty, we take that deep breath, we remind ourselves that we have manifested the situation, that we have caused to create that situation, either consciously or subconsciously. We take that responsibility, and in that moment, we try to force a smile even on our face, because in that moment there is an understanding. Oh, so the truth is there. The truth is already there. If there's a problem, there's a way to solve it. I have created that. I have made that puzzle. I have created that funky ball of, how do you call this ball, you know, when you need to change the colors to put it back together. I have created that so I can go through that game of realizing what's there for me, solve it, transform it, release it. And then there's a lot of joy and pleasure in it, and there's a lot of wisdom that is waiting for me, because this is the way that I am developing. I am part of nature. I am a creature of this physicality. And everything here is made for evolutionary, for progress, for expansion. Therefore, I am too. I am part of this physical world, and I am about to expand, and this is what reality is. It's about expanding, and it asks me to continue to expand, continue to evolve, continue to discover, continue to open up. Even though there are challenging times where I have to shut down, where I have to close to try to figure out things, I do that. Then I take a deep breath and I face the fucking difficulties that I have created. And I don't have to be nice about it. I can be nice, I can be pleasurable, I can be compassionate if I can find it. And if it's hard to find it, it's okay to be blunt, and it's okay to curse, and it's okay to do whatever, but face the difficulty. And remember, I am the creator, I created it. There is a gift there for me, and I will dissolve it. And if it would need to take me more time, it will. It's not about rushing anything. There's no race here. That's me against me eventually. There is no other person in my life that I'm competing in order to become the greater me. It's only me. So it doesn't matter how long it takes. It doesn't matter how much time you need. Just face the difficulty. Even when it's still difficult. This is why I am like that. Usually you guys know me, I'm calm and I'm serene and I'm all like, and right now I'm not, and it's also okay. And the idea is to face the difficulty when you can, and if you cannot, wait until you are all shanti shanti. And if you want to face it right now like you are right now, do it. Face the difficulty. Remember that you are the creator, that you have the keys, and through that transformation you're going to make yourself a fucking amazing human being. Remember that. Amen.